Man, this is the truth between the beef between Nas and Nature. Now, anybody from Queens pretty much know what happened, or some don't even care because Nature really never got that big, you know. But they were childhood class, went to school together. Nature was ill though. Nature could flow, you know, and the problem with that was when you can flow like Nature could, it was gonna lead to a bunch of opportunities down the road, but only if you was to go through Nas. You know, if you from Queensbridge and Nas or Mobb Deep, if you was click with them, you could go somewhere, but you went to school with Nas. So he's hoping to get on, you know, he was on the, I think he was on It Was Written, or he worked on it. They was doing some joints, but he was around during that time. Because what people don't remember is that after It Was Written came out, they went right into the Firm album. Because all this money was put into the Firm album. And once Mega, you know, they fell out and everything, and he ended up replacing Cormega, they had to shelve some of the songs that they had Mega on, or take Mega verse off and put Nature on. So Nature, you know, got a little cocky, went on radio saying some stuff about Mega, and, you know, he got dealt with it for it. But it was just like somebody on the bench getting called up from the bench to get in the game. So he was real humble about it, and Nas gave him every opportunity to see how the business was ran, because he was going to make Nature a star. That was his thing, and he was doing it also to throw a blow at Mega. Like, this could have been you. But Nas, you want to act out, you know, he was taking Nature everywhere with him. More than Jungle. Because he was really trying to rub salt in the wound to Mega. Like, you impatient and you want to just blow so fast. Now you finna suffer for what you done did. Now, here's where all problems take place. When you got a deal and you the main guy that's helping put stuff together for somebody else, they feel you got money. Like, you don't want to get any more, or you don't deserve any money out of it, and you shouldn't want to take money from me, because they think that's my money. But it's like, no, dummy, it's the record label's money. And they're not taking money from you to pay me. This is the money that they're going to pay out, period. I'd rather it go to me, and why wouldn't you want me to get money out of the deal? Just because I've made it and I got a career, so you want me to just help blow you up so you can get some money, and I get nothing out of the deal but just saying, hey, I helped this guy blow up. And I had an opportunity to get something out of it, but nah, I get nothing. So, you know, that don't compute. It don't go over well, especially with people who got money. Like Nas had, you know, Nas was just getting a little paper at the time. He's just getting his taste of money. But in the hood, they like, you made it. You know, this is his first hit album. And everybody looking at him like, you know, big gone, pot gone. This is it. So everybody running and gravitating over to him into this Firm album. And all these record labels jumped in and started working together and arguing over who was going to do what. So Steve Stout got Nas and everybody paid, put out with the project, even though it didn't do what they thought it was going to do. Mainly because Nas was barely on the album. It was featuring a lot of Nature, Nori, all the other people in the Queensbridge and all over, letting them blow up. So anyway, that blew over, and they doing a lot of songs together. Nas and Nature actually recorded probably about 10, 12 tracks together. And one of the tracks was for the movie that Nas is like, yeah, I'm going to get in this movie called In Too Deep. And he wanted Nature, to be on the song. And every mixtape they was on, from Clue Tape, he'll put Nature on there with him. And then some people's like, man, Nature, man, he ripping Nas apart on here. So it started to get heated. So instead of giving a track to In Too Deep, they recorded a new track called In Too Deep. They were just going to donate a track to the soundtrack. But they recorded a whole new song, the In Too Deep, where Nas took his time to write it. Nature didn't have a lot of time like Nas did, because Nas knew he was going to submit something new. But he didn't tell Nature. So when they went in, he was like, oh yeah, we're going to do a new track. Nature ain't had no more time to really work on it like Nas did. So when Nas got up there to do his verse, he murdered it. And they made it look like, man, he did that so quick, but he already knew in advance what he was going to do, because he felt he had to compete with Nature, because Nature, he felt, man, he getting a lot of shine. And everybody thinking like he better than me. I got to show them I'm still Nas. So Nature verse was tight too. But Nas kind of killed him on that. And then you could tell what was going on behind the scenes, because now the buzz is about Nature. So Nas helped create this buzz for him, and all these offers are coming in on what they finna do. And Nas is like, just be cool, be patient. I gotta do all this other stuff. When I get in town, we gonna talk about, getting you the right deal and this and that. Because what he was gonna do was sign with Nas, and Nas is gonna get him a better deal. And Tony Pope was like, man, playing behind the scenes. And Tony Pope was responsible for a lot of It Was Written, and a lot of the big hits back then. Trackmasters, Tony Pope. If you had a Trackmaster song, Lounging, Hey Lover, Puffy songs, Mace, they were it. So Tony Pope was like, in his ear all the time. And a lot of people didn't know they were like snakes. You cool, but they want to get the business. So they like, man, come on, man, he messing up your career, man. He's slowing you down, man. What's going on? Where's Nas, man? I thought y'all supposed to get back and do this with us. He was like, man, I'm waiting on Nas. He's like, Nas got to go out. He's like, man, this is about timing, man. I don't want to see you lose this deal, man. He was like, what is he waiting on? Like, what is it? He's like, man, why don't y'all call Nas? So Nature's like, man, Tony Pope them called me, and they telling me this and that. He was like, my phone never rung. He's like, you know what? Tell them to go ahead and page me, and then I can call them back with the number they had. Because everybody had the Motorola little flips then. So he was like, if I don't get it, or it's not coming through, I'll call them back. Just tell them to hit me up on my pager. I get it. They never paged them. Because, see, that wasn't they plan. They trying to say, man, we can't get in contact with them. We don't know what's going on with them. But I'm telling you right now, this deal it's hot. It's hot. And he made you gonna miss the money. We trying to get you this money now. And he look like, yeah, man. Man, yeah. He like, Nas is cool, man. He working on his stuff. He eating already. He got a deal. What you got? So what they did was pull a slick move, get Nature. Nature was like, you know what? Alright, man, I'm gonna go ahead and sign with y'all anyway. You know, and Nas, we'll still pay Nas, you know, for being on the album. You know, we'll let him go ahead and be on the album. And we'll pay him as an artist. And that didn't sit well with Nas, because Nas is like, I made this project hot. Like, Nature wouldn't be hot if it wasn't for me. I took Nature out and flew in places, took him on tour with me, got him blown up. Y'all didn't do none of the work. But y'all walk in and you sign with them. And now you just basically, Nature didn't know what he was doing. Nature just like, look, they giving me $60,000. I got $60,000. I got a record deal. They talking about getting me studio time. We already set up to go to work. I just want to get my record done. I want to get my album out. Because he's not thinking business smart. Nas is like, man, you just messed up everything. He's like, I could have got you more money, because I would have been able to, Nas would have been able to produce the tape. They wouldn't even let him EP the tape, because now you signed directly with them. Now Tone and Poke gonna EP it. So Nas is like, now I don't want nothing to do with it. And I don't want my verse on the song. And y'all ain't finna use me to sell Nature no more. I'm done with it. Because now you didn't just wait. You couldn't wait till I came back. Man, they said the deal was hot. He said, I told you, just wait till I come back and I'll take care of it. You didn't even wait till I came back. And they knew I was out of town, and they waited. Because he's like, he talked to them before he left. He talked to Tone and Poke and told them, like, look, I'm gone. When I get in town, when I come back in town, we're going to get the deal done and everything cool. They was like, okay, no problem. Then as soon as Nas leave, they go to Nature and pull the screws to him and, you know, sold him a dream. And ultimately, in the end, he looks like an idiot, because he's mad because Nas is not finna promote him. He's not gonna do a video. He ain't finna do nothing with Nature no more. So now Nature like, oh man. Then he go over there and record the songs. We ain't friends no more. Howard and Cold War. We ain't friends like we used to be. So, because he felt like, man, this was my time to blow, and Nas ain't finna do it for me. Because he just wanted to get on. And now, since Nas didn't put all this energy into this guy and everything else, and now he gets nothing out of it, they still paid him for the track that they used. They pushed the album back for so long till they finally paid Nas a fee for his one verse on one of the songs that they did. And they kept that song. And the rest of them you can get online somewhere. But yeah, they kept the one song with Nas, the Ultimate High. They kept that track on there, paid Nas for that, and other than that, it was done. Then Nas didn't bring up a lot of different situations until he dropped Destroy and Rebuild, and he brought up Nature's name, and that's when the public finally heard for the first time, like, what was going on with Nature and Nas. Like, why Nas just walk away from Nature? Because, like I said, this is before social media. And that's why he was like, Nature moved to Marcy, which happened. When he got his deal, he moved to Marcy. And he moved out of Queens. And that's why ain't nothing else to say, baby. Nature moved to Marcy. And you say, old pocketbook snatcher and a car thief. Of course we ain't friends. You never stood on no blocks or streets. Relating back to that song, We Ain't Friends. And Nature was just livid. And came out with a song like F Nas and just was letting him have it on all his beats. And talking about like that song was just a bait song to get Nas to diss him. And he was going in talking about when they set Nas' car on fire, because Nas had ran into an altercation with Ty and the guy Nut and Moon, and over his jewelry and all this stuff, and some stuff was supposed to go down, and Nas was supposed to pay something, it didn't happen, and car got set on fire somehow, and I don't know, it was a war going on at the time, you know. And this is what happens when it's time to really just stay out of the hood. And when you come back and the people don't respect you no more, and they, look at him, you know, and he ain't do nothing for nobody. You know, they believe the lies because the people's still there, and they didn't get on. Like, man, he screwed me, man. He super rich, and he ain't doing nothing for me, but he in a mansion, and I'm eating ramen noodles. So it's like, okay, blow up on your own. And now he didn't. And that was it. I mean, basically, that was really it. They were done. Ever since then, I mean, I don't think they've ever patched it back up. If it did happen, I didn't know about it. But Nature played himself because his album flopped. He came out with another album after being pushed back or whatever. It flopped. Not that it wasn't dope. It's just that he could rhyme. It's just that it's no direction, you know. And people just fell on deaf ears. He wasn't hot, you know. It was just another guy that could rap with no direction. But if you have somebody that can give you the direction and y'all on the song together, it gel better. And that's that. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Don't forget to follow the playlist. The Truth Behind Hip Hop Beefs is on here for y'all entertainment. So definitely tune in and watch them all. It's about 200 of them. But they all are great. I was going back listening to some myself, like, man, this is good. I'm like, wait a minute, that's me talking.